You know, I'm a big crypto person. I'm the one that probably helped crypto more than anybody.
Check out the nightmare Bitcoin had last night, plunging more than 10% at one point, ending down 8.9%.
Another day, another crypto scheme for Trump and his family, plus a $10 billion lawsuit against the American people. Trump's forever grifting and corruptly making money from sitting in the Oval Office.
Mr. President, the Wall Street Journal reported that the royal family of Abu Dhabi invested hundreds of millions of dollars in your World Liberty Financial. Can you explain why you decided to take that investment? Was that a transaction?
Well, I don't know about it. I know that crypto is a big thing and they like it. A lot of people like it. The people behind me like it. My sons are handling that. My family is handling it. And I guess they get investments from different people, but I'm not. I have all I can handle right now with Iran and with Russia and Ukraine and with all the things we're doing.
It has barely made a blip, but with any other presidency, this would be cause not just for impeachment, but conviction and removal, because the sheer size of corruption, a bribe. Essentially, this is what happened. The United Arab Emirates, the son of the founding father, Sheikh Tahnoun, invested part of the $1.5 trillion investment fund that he has at his investment disposal as being the son and the manager of this United Arab Emirates investment fund, put $500 million into World Liberty Financial. World Liberty Financial, as we know, is Trump's cryptocurrency company. Now, at the time he put the money in, it didn't make any financial sense. I mean, obviously, as the head of this investment fund, he's making investments all the time. But this one didn't make any sense except for the fact that Trump was president and it gave him access and he got something in return. What he got in return was the ability to use an artificial intelligence software. A software that the United States didn't want UAE to get because of their ties to the Chinese government. They assumed that any transfer of this software would get into the hands of China. And as we know, China has tried to take over any trademark rights and co-opted so much of our technology. And so the US government didn't want this transferred. Well, because of that $500 million investment into Trump's personal finances, our American taxpayer-owned artificial intelligence was given to the United Arab Emirates. That kind of quid pro quo, that kind of blatant corruption, that kind of personal corruption. I mean, we're not even talking about some sort of diplomatic alliance that was made between UAE and Trump that maybe incidentally benefited him personally, such as, let's say, his, Qatari plane, or let's say any of his real estate development deals. I mean, the amount of examples you can give of his personal corruption is vast. He's had his crypto dinner that made $150 million just from that dinner. He's had, according to the New York Times, $1.4 billion he has made personally since becoming president. But in this situation, you are talking about not some sort of investment that was made in the United States or some sort of diplomatic ties that were made in exchange for this artificial intelligence that maybe would be bad enough. Right? But this was something that didn't benefit the United States at all, transferring it to the UAE. Sometimes we make a calculation, let's say, to transfer something to a country because we're getting something in return. No, this is Trump getting something in return. And that is just how Trump goes.
This morning, an investigation into how President Trump and really the Trump family is making some serious money. According to a new report from Forbes, the president has already made hundreds of millions of dollars abroad, much of it coming from the United Arab Emirates. The Trump family has at least 9 deals with ties to the UAE, which, according to Forbes, include 5 licensing agreements and 3 cryptocurrency deals that will provide an estimated $500 million in 2025. That's this year. And about $50 million annually for years into the future.
He's profiting personally from these crypto projects and the hundreds of millions, which I'm not sure if we'll get to later, but he is talking about scarcity and saying people should buy less dolls and like all of this rhetoric. But this man was on TV today talking about how we need 5 baby dolls instead of 30 baby dolls because the prices are higher. Like that to me sounds like he's handing Democrats a message on a platter that he and his billionaire friends are going to make as much money as they can while Americans have to, I guess, partition dolls.
The crazy thing is that bribe maybe isn't even the worst thing he's done just this week. Here we have a sitting president literally suing the American taxpayer for $10 billion. Not before he became president or after he became president, but while he was president. At the exact time that he appointed the head of the Department of Treasury and the head of the Department of Justice, the people who would be defending the lawsuits. I mean, this came out, of course, during the most recent hearing, Senator Ruben Gallego, among others, pointing out the blatant conflict of interest. He's suing the very departments he is in charge of hiring and firing the people who will decide whether or not he makes money. And he's spoken over and over, having no qualms about that. He says, well, that's fine. I do deserve the American taxpayer to pay me this. I'll be giving it to charity. Well, we know the charity he's going to give it to is his own charity.
We kind of touched on this earlier. In addition to being Treasury Secretary, you are serving as acting director of the IRS. So following up on Senator Kim's questioning, so you are fully aware that the president is suing your agency for $10 billion.
Yeah.
We would agree. Would you agree that $10 billion is a good sum of money?
Yes, sir.
Where would that be cut from? Let's say for some reason he actually wins that lawsuit. Where would that $10 billion come from?
Again, it would come from
process-wise. I'm not asking like your opinion whether it's right or wrong.
It would come from Treasury.
It comes from Treasury, which comes from the general fund?
The Treasury general account.
So taxpayers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Part of the 440,000 taxpayers whose returns were leaked.
If the president, they're not suing, but if the president.
Beyond that, though, regardless if he chose a charity, we as taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for his donation to any charity. What happened, as we know, is a contractor did release his tax returns and is actually now serving 5 years in prison for releasing that tax return. Whether or not the agency, the actual government, had any negligence about that or not, well, would ever remain to be seen if it actually went to a court of law. But the fact is, in order to get damages in any civil lawsuit, you have to prove that you were harmed. He cannot prove that he was harmed because he, in fact, is president. Any release of his tax forms didn't prevent him from being president. His fact that he holds the office in itself disproves that. You could also prove not actual damages, but you can prove emotional damages. In order to prove emotional damages, he would have to sit with somebody in order to evaluate him emotionally. I would love for that to happen. Love for that to happen. Of course, this is just beyond another grift, beyond another corporation. People, organizations are already trying to sue to stop this. We have a nonprofit suing that this should have to wait until he's no longer president because of the blatant conflict of interest. We also have Senator Wyden introducing a bill to say that specifically on this issue, that if indeed Trump does sue and collects any money and damages, that amount in damages should be taxed at 100%. Senator Wyden showing up over and over with the best strategies.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.